Hi, I'm Dan Holt. I hope you're ready to go and explore some more of Oregon today. This is Irish Bend, a little community near Monroe, Oregon.
Some of the old deserted buildings around here still show traces of the past, when homesteaders first came by horse and wagon. An Irishman and a bend in the river originally gave us the name Irish Bend. This is still a very nice, quiet place to visit even yet today. Part 2 of our trip takes us to Brooks, Oregon. You've probably never seen so much old machinery in mint running condition as we'll see here at the annual Antique Powerland Exposition. They even run these old machines in an honest-to-goodness tractor pull at the end of the day. To find Irish Bend, it's only 20 miles downriver from Eugene. You can either take the Ingram Island Road from Monroe or from Lancaster, either one to get there. If you come north from Lancaster, you first come to Ingram Island. It is an island in the winter when the water is high enough to run clear around the island. In the summer it only holds swampy water, part way around. The regular Willamette River runs down the other side of the island year-round. This still remains a rich farming area even yet today. This school was built in 1917. I believe that Irish Bend's first school was built about 1860 or so. It was probably a log cabin, and it served for both school and church. 3 Irish bachelors homesteaded 320 acres each around 1853. They built one cabin where the corners of their homesteads joined together. They each slept in the corner that was on their land, which was a requirement in order to keep the land. They raised wheat, and when the river ferry came, the captain called their landing Irish Bend, since it was on a big bend in the river. As you can see, there's still a few old buildings left around here. Let's kind of take a look around. Monroe is a small town just 5 miles west of Irish Bend. It also has some old historic buildings. Just a mile or so out of town, I came across an old deserted house. It had strange sounds coming from it. At first I wondered if it was haunted, but since I'm curious, I just had to find out. Since I'm a Christian, I know that greater is He that's in me than he that's in the world. In searching through the house, I found the spook. Come along with me and see what it is. It looks like that solves our haunted house mystery. The spook was nothing more than just a piece of wallpaper blowing around in the wind. Part 2 of our trip today takes us just 6 miles north of Salem to the Brooks exit, where we'll see the antique Powerland Museum. You can come here most any time and see these old machines, but the best time is the last weekend in July and the first weekend of August, when they have the Great Oregon Steam Up. This year they featured Alice Chalmers and Rumley equipment. This is only a quarter-mile west of the freeway.
Seconds, guys. Stand by. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let her go, gentlemen. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's kind of a tradition out here at the Great Oregon Steam Up. The hour is noon, and this was the signal from the engineer down to his threshing crew that, hey, it's lunch hour, I'm hungry, let's go get ourselves something to eat. So, by golly, the whistle blew, I'm hungry, let's go get ourselves something to eat. We've got a lot of fine things to eat out there. Everything from soup to nuts. Grandma's Country Kitchen is open. Dairyland is open. Margaret's Munchies is serving a whole bunch of good corn dogs and the like. The Kiwanis Club, the American Legion, the Hana group out there in their White Plains teepee. We've got a lot of good things to eat, a lot of good things to drink. And stay with us throughout the day, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a lot of good activities going on throughout the day. 1 o'clock this afternoon, we'll have some more binding in the East Field. 1:30, we'll have our parade. 3 o'clock, we'll have the sports racing, our Powerland operation. And 4:30 this afternoon, we'll have our antique tractor pull. So stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be out here throughout the day. The announcements are going to take about a half an hour. Hungry. So we'll see you out here in about a half an hour and 45 minutes, folks. Have lots of fun.
I'm Larry Leake. I'm the Vice President of Western Antique Power, and standing beside me here is Leonard Miller. He's our current president.
I got hassled into the president this last year. Larry was president for 5 years, 6 years.
We have a lot of organizations that help put on our show here. It isn't just the Western Antique Power Group. We have the Two Cylinder Club, which is a kind of is in love with John Deere two-cylinder tractors. We have the Early Day Gas Engine and Tractor Association, Branch 15, which has a lot of the small gas engines. And a lot of the members have various types of tractors. We have a Antique Tractor Pulling Association, which puts on our antique tractor pull. We have the Western Steam Fiends, who operate the steam equipment. And we have the Brooks Historical Society, which has a railroad depot on the grounds. And the various organizations all work together to put on the show. The Antique Powerland origins go back to 1954 when Harvey Michelson of Silverton, Oregon, who owns this Rumley oil pull tractor we're standing in front of, which is a 1913 model. He had acquired some steam engines and some threshing machines, and he decided to have an old-fashioned threshing bee at Silverton, Oregon, and he continued these shows until 1966. For a couple years, Rodney Pitts put on a show at Jervis, and Western Antique Power was formed in 1969, put on its first show in 1970 here on these grounds.
And correct this just a little bit. Rodney Pitts had his shows in at Canby, Oregon, for I can't tell you just how many years, but it was 4 or 5 years or 6 maybe. And then we moved to Jervis and were there for 2 years, and that didn't work out, so we had a chance to lease this property and come here to Brooks, and that's where we've been for 21 years.
You remember running into this old equipment, or are you that old?
That tractor right over there was Dad's gas tractor, the Alice Chalmers, green one. That was Dad's tractor that he got right after steam. That replaced the steam engine. And I run that tractor quite a few miles. I use it for, well, on the thrash machine and then lots of plowing and disking. And when I got a sawmill, I run the sawmill with that tractor for a year or 2. And then Dad sold it, and
Does it run on dieselite or gasoline?
it's gasoline.
We've got antique wagons, gas tractors. We've got a blacksmith shop that operates. A lot of, I think they said this weekend we had about nearly 300 tractors on the ground of different makes.
How many people usually come here? Get a job.
Well, real hard to say how many people, but probably right in the neighborhood. I would say at least 10,000 people.
That's in the weekend.
Yeah, during the 2 weekends.
I've got a steam engine, Altman Taylor, and I bought that in 1953, I think, over at Almsville. It was in a couple old bachelors had it. Dad and I had been looking for an engine, and every time we'd find one, my dad would think, well, maybe we can find one a little better. So we'd leave it go, and first thing we know, we wasn't finding anything. I happened to find this, and so the guys wanted $300 for it, and I took it. And some of the other guys that were collecting steam at that time told me I was crazy for paying $300 for a steam engine. They was getting them for, some of them for nothing, $50. But it was a pretty good investment. I'd hate to put $12,000 on it and think it was going to stay here.
Would you show me how you make those little motors work? What do you use for steam?
You use the pellets, and then the pellets are put into this little container. This container goes underneath the boiler, and in about 2 minutes you begin to have steam, and then the engine starts running.
Works pretty good.
These are made in Germany. These are all the various attachments that you can run with them. They're driven with the wire belts that you see in here.
Oh, little spring belts. Steam engine. What kind of, oh, those are just rubber bands, aren't they?
Those are the belts that drive all the various parts of the threshing machine. The grain is fed in here, the straw comes out here, and the grain out here.
Oh, that had a motor in it. You didn't have to use a horse.
It's steam, and when the steam engine is running, it'll squirt water a distance of approximately 3 meters, which is just a little better than 10 feet.
Oh. What if, did it take very long to get it hot in case there's a fire right away?
Not if you start with hot water.
Oh.
We suggest you use hot water. Fill it with hot water and then start firing it.
I mean, the real fire engines, when they used to have them, if they had a fire, do they have to wait a while before they got it
Oh,
steamed
yeah.
up?
Yeah.
Oh.
If they didn't have some heat under that, but
just
I'm
take
sure
it.
many times they never had those things fired up, and they had to wait until they got steam pressure up.
Yeah.
Not too many kids. $8 day for 9 months. You get what that? Yeah. Pretty full.
I hope you've enjoyed this trip into Oregon's North Country. Come back again next time as we visit some more of these back roads and see some more of our interesting state. You're always welcome to come travel through Oregon with us. You may see some place you'd like to spend your vacation at yourself. We'll visit every town and place of interest that I can find. We also have about 40 ghost towns and so many other unknown places that I'm sure you'll see something that you didn't know was here. Tell us if we've missed anything interesting, and we'll try to include it in a later program, if the Lord is willing and we're still here.